welcome to St. Henry's class, the channel where we make learning so easy and absorbable. Today we hit your screens once again and we are taking a review of the just ended Bece examination. That ended somewhere in July. We are taking each of the subjects and then we discuss them briefly. So we are going to begin with social studies. Now, you see, this paper consists of 3 sections, section I, and I. We have to answer 3 questions only, and we have to select 1 question and any other 2 questions. So we have 3 sections respectively. Section I happens to be questions from environment, and they are compulsory questions. So let's begin with that under the environment. So number 1 says that how would you explain the term environment to your study group? How would you explain the term environment to your study group? And then we say environment is basically made up of the things around us. It's made up of the things around us. They are either living or non-living things. So the things around us are either living or non-living things. They include trees, they include plants, they include water bodies, and a few to mention. The environment is grouped into 2. We have the physical environment and the social environment. The physical environment is the surrounding on which plants and animals live, and the social environment is the interpersonal relationship that exists among people living in a given community. And all this goes for 4 marks. So first, we tell what the environment is, give few examples of the things in the environment, and discuss briefly the types of environments. Now let's move to 1B. 1B says that in what 4 ways are water bodies in your community polluted? Basically, it's talking about causes of water pollution. 1, we can talk about improper disposal of waste. 2, we can talk about oil spillage. 3 is the discharge of solid and liquid waste into water bodies. 4, we have poor fishing method. And 5, the use of streams and rivers as places of convenience. So with the first one, improper disposal of waste. If you want to explain it, it's very simple. So you can tell them or you can write that the improper disposal of waste, that is the habit of people discharging solid and liquid waste into water bodies, makes it impure for human use, and that destroys the quality of water bodies. Oil spillage is the practice where oil spills into our water bodies, probably when some fuel tanks have some leakages in them. It leads to the spill of oil, which depletes the quality of water bodies. The discharge of solid and liquid waste by industries and other people also affects the water bodies. And we can talk about poor fishing method, which features the use of DDT for fishing. And finally, the use of streams and rivers as places of convenience. Let's quickly move to C. So 1C states that suggest 4 workable ways by which water bodies in your community can be made safe for human use. So basically talking about ways by which we can prevent or we can control or we can make water bodies safe for human use. So 1, we can talk about public education. We should educate the public on the dangers associated with water pollution. And the dangers include destruction to aquatic life, the contraction of waterborne diseases, and so on. When we sensitize the people on this, they would caution them and they would refrain from this act. Legislation. We should strengthen the laws that we have, or we should make new laws to safeguard the practice of water, to ban the practice of water pollution, or to safeguard our water bodies from destruction. The next one is banning of illegal mining activities. We all know the activities of illegal mining and how their actions are causing much danger to water bodies. We should also find ways and means to ban their activities. We should encourage the use of hook and line and the use of fishing nets. So instead of using DDT for fishing, let us adapt the use of hook and line and nets for fishing. And finally, punitive actions. We must punish those who destroy our water bodies to serve as deterrent to those that will also like to fall in these acts. So we are done with number one. Now let's move to the next section, that is section II. So section II is law, order, and nation building. Law, order, and nation building. So 2A, having observed tension among the youths in your community, write to the assemblyman 4 ways in which tensions will calm down and also prevent conflict. So basically, some ways to prevent conflict. If you have to define conflict prevention, we say conflict prevention is the act of identifying signals of conflict and encouraging people to work out their differences. So one, there's the need to promote tolerance. They need to promote tolerance. People should try and accept and also encourage the views of others. They need to have respect for one another. You should learn to have respect for other people and their culture. You should avoid the use of derogatory remarks. You should avoid the use of derogatory remarks. You should avoid ethnocentrism and stereotyping. Ethnocentrism is a feeling that one's ethnic group is superior than the other. We should debunk that practice and see ourselves as one people with one common destiny, and unity should prevail among us. And public education, we must educate the youth, especially on the effect of conflict. 2B says that you are a member of a debating club. Prepare a presentation using four major points on how peace and security can lead to development in Ghana. So how would peace and security lead to development in Ghana? In other words, importance of peace and security. So one, we can talk about it promotes foreign investments. It promotes foreign investment in the sense that if there is peace and harmonious living, we would encourage foreign investors to come and invest in the economy of the country, and this will bring about a lot of development. And two, it brings about development. So when foreign investors come in to invest, there will be development socially, economically, politically, establishment of foreign infrastructure. Good. So when the Europeans or when foreign investors come in and invest, they would construct or they would establish some social amenities, social infrastructure to help the people in the society. It reduces unemployment issues. So as they invest, if it's into natural resource, they set up industries where they hire the services of people to work in these industries, and it's a way of providing employment to people. Proper utilization of resources. When there's peace and security, it ensures that resources are utilized wisely. We don't destroy them, we don't cause harm to them, but we use them wisely. Since there is peace and security and tolerance also prevail, the ideas and the views of people will be encouraged. Then through that, we would have a mindset that let us use our resources wisely for development. And finally, we have it increases productivity. And we say productivity is the output per man's hour, the amount of goods a worker can produce within a given period of time. So when there is peace, people are unified. There is national integration. It would ensure that we work together to promote the development of the country, and this will lead to higher productivity. Now we are done with number 2. Let us transition to number 3. So still under the same session, and it says that explain 3A. Explain 4 ways by which national elections promote democracy in Ghana. Explain 4 ways by which national elections promote democracy in Ghana. So they are talking about importance of national elections. 1. It promotes accountability and responsibility, in the sense that election ensures that the people or the leaders that have been elected are made accountable and responsible and answerable to all the questions or the criticisms from the people, and work effectively for the betterment of the country. It offers wide range of choices for electorates to choose from. Yeah, so people present their policies through the ring of manifesto, and then they outline the policies and the tools that they would do for the betterment of the country, and people or the electorate have the opportunity or the power to choose from any of these policies that will benefit them. It enables the electorate to exercise their political rights. Political rights are rights that pertain to political participation. So the people will have the chance to vote during election. It ensures smooth operation of democratic principle. One major feature of democracy or democratic governance is a peaceful election, peaceful, free, and fair election. So national election is a way of strengthening the practice of democracy in Ghana. It allows for peaceful transfer of power, peaceful transfer of power, in the sense that um, it ensures that there is peaceful change in government. Good. So during every 4 years, Ghana has national election, general election, where we allow people to be elected to lead the country. So when the national election, the time is due, we know that this incumbent is leaving and a new one is coming. It ensures that power is transferred peacefully without any harm or any fear. 3B. In what 4 ways can citizens contribute to the development of the states? So he's talking about responsibilities of citizens to the development of the country or towards nation building. So as citizens, we must fulfill our tax obligation payments, tax payment obligation. 2. We must also exercise our political rights by voting during election. 3. We must patronize locally made in Ghana goods. We must protect public properties. And finally, we must honor the call to serve our nation at anywhere and at any time, especially national service or being called to render service on behalf of the country. We must always volunteer to work for the betterment of our country. We are going to look at the last and the final section, that is section I. So we'll take number 4, social and economic development. 4A says identify four challenges mostly associated with human resource development in Ghana. So human resource development is improving and developing the skills of human resources to ensure efficient use of natural resources and efficient productivity, higher productivity. So you can talk about inadequate training programs. Inadequate training programs. Some of these training programs are poorly designed to give people the requisite skills they need. That is one challenge. Two, there is limited access to education. Limited access to education. Here, it simply means that um, now education moves with training, and sometimes the education that should be given to our human resources to update their skills are not there. Now, the government is also not in the position of funding them. You need to fund yourself and then you update your skills. Now, because of the standard of living, good. So the people do not also have the amounts needed to update their skills, to be educated, and therefore there is limited access to education. Some of these institutions are also far from them, and because of that, they can't um, go through it to acquire the skills and knowledge they need. Brain drain is one major problem. Sorry, this is where um, citizens or people are forced to move to other places or other countries and utilize their skills, their knowledge, their capacities and capability for the betterment of that country. And that is a serious problem in Ghana. So teachers and workers and nurses in Ghana try to go out of the country, work and earn a living. This one major problem facing human resource in Ghana. The fourth one is lack of skilled workforce. Lack of skilled workforce. There's what we call mismatch of skills. Some people are doing the work or they are in places where those places were not what they studied to be. They don't have any skill related to that field, but because of the demands of the job market and um, because of the system, they are forced to work at places where their skills will not qualify them to be. And this is one major problem facing the country. The last one is weak public-private partnership. Weak public-private partnership. 4B, explain 4 ways in which your government can use the tourism industry to drive development in Ghana. So how can the government of Ghana use tourism to develop our country? One, we talk about job creation and economic growth. Job creation and economic growth. Two is infrastructural development. It promotes the opportunity to showcase Ghana's rich cultural heritage. Ghana's rich cultural heritage. It also serves as a source of foreign exchange to boost the economy. Source of income through entry fees, hotel fees, and then taxes being paid. It is a way of generating income to the government to develop the country. Foreign investment and also preservation of forest reserve and vegetation. Let's move to 5 AI. Define the term technology. And we say technology is the use of scientific knowledge to solve the problems of man. And II. Imagine you're on a trip to a village in Ghana. What 4 technological gadgets will you take to make your trip comfortable and enjoyable? So you can talk about smartphones, laptops, power bank, smartwatches, digital camera, and the like. And explain how each technology stated in AI will help you. So they can be used for entertainment purposes, for receiving weather reports, for navigation, that's the map, Google Map, and for releasing boredom. So you can play games on your mobile phone just to release some boredom. And 5B, list 2 challenges that you may encounter when using technology. There is what we call malware attack, that is virus attack, spyware attack, etc. Cyber fraud and internet bullying. Can be bullied by people on the internet. Frequent maintenance and updates. You'll be asked to make updates and maintain, and that is cost involved. And finally, accidental loss of data or corruption of data. Your data can be corrupted and you might lose all those sensitive data. So this is what we have for you. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe if this is your first time of watching, and continue to support the channel. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. My name is Sir Henry, your humble tutor, and I'm honored to take you through today's lesson.